Have you ever woken up in the morning, made your coffee, sat down, and already felt like you needed a nap? Or maybe it's mid-afternoon and you find yourself staring at the TV, feeling foggy, like your body's still moving but your energy's been left behind somewhere between breakfast and lunch. If that sounds familiar, let me say this first. You're not alone, and you're not lazy. Feeling tired all the time after 60 isn't just common, it's a sign your body's trying to tell you something. Now here's the good news. That low energy, that constant drag, that heavy feeling in your arms and legs, it doesn't have to be your new normal. You don't need to rely on extra coffee or sugary snacks just to make it through the day. There are natural, powerful ways to recharge your body. And one of the easiest? What you put on your plate. That's right. The food you eat can either drain your energy or help you feel like yourself again. Clear-minded, steady, awake. You don't need a fancy detox or expensive vitamins. Just real simple food that works with your body instead of against it. So today, we're going to walk through 5 incredible foods that naturally boost energy after 60. Foods that give you lasting fuel, help balance your mood, and even support your joints, heart, and brain in the process. And the best part? They're easy to find, easy to prepare, and, believe it or not, delicious. Let's start with something small but mighty, the humble banana. Now I know what you're thinking. A banana, really? Yes, really. Bananas are one of nature's best energy boosters, especially as we get older. Why? Because they're rich in natural sugars like glucose and fructose, but they also contain fiber. That means the sugar doesn't hit your system like a freight train. It gets released slowly, giving you steady energy rather than a sugar crash. Plus, they're packed with potassium, which helps your muscles contract properly, keeps your heartbeat regular, and can ease those annoying leg cramps that show up in the middle of the night. I had a neighbor named George, 72, still sharp as a tack, who always kept 2 bananas on the counter. One for after his morning walk and one before his afternoon reading session. He said they made his brain feel switched on. That's the beauty of bananas. They don't just fuel your body, they fuel your focus too. Now, if you want something that pairs perfectly with a banana and gives your energy an even bigger boost, let's talk about oats. Not the sugary processed kind. I mean real whole rolled oats. The kind you can cook up in 5 minutes with some water or milk and top with fruit or nuts. Oats are full of complex carbohydrates, which means they release energy slowly and keep your blood sugar stable. That's huge because those mid-morning or mid-afternoon crashes, they often come from blood sugar spikes and dips caused by quick snacks or skipping meals. But oats are more than just fuel. They're comfort. There's something grounding about a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning, especially when it's cold outside or you've had a restless night. It's the kind of breakfast that tells your body, hey, you're safe, and you've got what you need to face the day. And don't be afraid to dress it up. Add some cinnamon, great for blood sugar. Throw in a few walnuts. We'll get to those in a bit. Slice half a banana on top. Suddenly, you've got a breakfast that's not just energizing, but soothing too. Now, before we move on to the next food, let me ask you this. Have you ever had that moment around 2 or 3 in the afternoon where your eyes start to close even if you're not tired? Like your body just slows down without asking your permission? That's usually the moment people reach for coffee or a cookie. But that's also the perfect moment to try something different. Something rich, dark, and surprisingly good for you. Dark chocolate. Yes, you heard me. Chocolate, the right kind, can actually boost your energy, improve focus, and even lift your mood. The key is choosing dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao. It's packed with antioxidants, iron, magnesium, and natural stimulants like theobromine, a gentler cousin of caffeine that gives you a little lift without the jitters. A small square after lunch or with your tea can wake up your mind and satisfy your sweet tooth, all while supporting your circulation and brain function. My aunt used to keep a little stash in a kitchen drawer, just a square or 2 a day. My anti-grump medicine, she called it, and she was on to something. That little indulgence wasn't about sugar, it was about joy, pleasure, and giving her brain a boost without going overboard. So far, we've touched on 3 foods: bananas, oats, and dark chocolate. And what they all have in common is that they work with your body's natural rhythm. They don't spike your energy, then crash you down. They lift you gently, sustain you, remind your system that it's okay to be calm and energized at the same time. And once you start to notice how even the simplest food choices can shift your entire day, you start to feel empowered again. Like you're not just managing your energy, you're creating it, one meal at a time. Now that we've covered a few natural ways to bring that energy back, let's keep going. There are still a couple more powerhouse foods that might surprise you, and one of them might already be sitting in your kitchen. Let's head back to the kitchen for a second. Open your fridge. See that little carton of eggs sitting there? You might be looking at one of the most underestimated sources of energy you've got. That's right, eggs. These little guys are more than just a breakfast staple. They're loaded with high-quality protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins like B12, which, by the way, plays a huge role in keeping your energy levels up, especially as you age. B12 helps your body produce red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles and brain. And when your cells aren't getting enough oxygen, boom, you feel tired, sluggish, and foggy. Now here's the thing. As we get older, our ability to absorb B12 naturally drops. That's why a lot of folks over 60 start to feel drained, even if they're eating okay. But eggs are a gentle way to give your body a natural boost. No supplements required, just simple, whole food. 2 scrambled eggs in the morning or a boiled egg as an afternoon snack can make a world of difference. I remember visiting a family friend in her 80s who made herself one perfect egg every morning. Soft-boiled, served in a tiny cup with toast cut into strips. She said it made her feel awake in the eyes, whatever that meant. But you know what? She never missed her daily walk and always had energy to chat. There's something to be said for keeping things simple and nourishing. And if you want to turn those eggs into a true energy powerhouse, pair them with one more ingredient: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard. Any of those will do. These greens are full of iron, folate, and antioxidants that help support blood flow and brain health. Low iron is another sneaky energy thief, and it's especially common in older adults. If you ever feel weak, dizzy, or unusually short of breath, low iron could be part of the problem. But the great thing about greens is that they're incredibly easy to sneak into your day. You can saute a handful of spinach in olive oil and garlic. Takes 3 minutes. Add it to your eggs, your soup, or even blend it into a smoothie. One woman I know swears by her morning green shot, a quick blend of spinach, banana, and a splash of almond milk. Not a whole breakfast, just something to wake her body up before she gets going. And here's the best part. Greens don't just energize your body, they also improve your mental clarity. Your brain runs on oxygen and nutrients, and leafy greens deliver both. More focus, less brain fog, and better mood, all from a handful of leaves. Mother Nature really knew what she was doing. But let's not stop there. Let's talk about something crunchy, satisfying, and full of good fats. The kind that fuel your brain and keep your joints feeling smooth. I'm talking about nuts, especially walnuts and almonds. These little gems are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and plant-based protein, all of which help regulate your nervous system and give you steady, non-jittery energy. Omega-3s in particular are like premium fuel for your brain. They help reduce inflammation, improve memory, and even lift your mood, which, by the way, makes a huge difference when you're feeling sluggish. I met a retired nurse who kept a small jar of almonds and walnuts in her purse at all times. She called it her anti-tired stash. Whenever she felt herself slowing down, she'd eat a small handful, drink a bit of water, and sit in the sun for 5 minutes. Simple, powerful, and free. She didn't rely on caffeine or energy drinks. She relied on what nature had already provided. And that's the message here. So much of the energy you're missing doesn't come from what you lack. It comes from giving your body what it already knows how to use. Real food, natural energy, consistent nourishment. You don't need a fancy program or special powders. You just need to reconnect with what your body has been asking for all along. When you build your meals around these kinds of foods, Bananas, oats, dark chocolate, eggs, leafy greens, nuts. Something amazing happens. Your energy stabilizes, your mind feels clearer, your motivation returns, even your mood starts to lift. And suddenly those little tasks, tidying up the house, going for a walk, picking up the phone to call a friend, they feel doable again. It's not magic, it's just alignment. You're giving your body what it was built to thrive on. And the best part? These foods aren't rare or expensive. They're probably already sitting in your kitchen. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Just start with one small change. Swap the sugary cereal for a bowl of oats. Add a handful of spinach to your sandwich. Keep a banana in your bag. Have a square of dark chocolate after dinner instead of a store-bought dessert. Let your food become part of your energy, not a drain on it. These shifts might seem small, but over time they add up. You start to feel steadier, lighter, like you're back in control again, not at the mercy of fatigue or fogginess. Once you start tuning in to how food makes you feel, really feel, you begin to notice things you might have missed before, like how some meals leave you foggy and heavy, while others give you this quiet strength that carries you through the day. And that's the shift we're aiming for. Not just more energy, but better quality energy, the kind that feels steady, focused, and alive. Because here's the truth. Feeling tired all the time isn't just about getting older, it's about how you support your body as you get older. And food is one of the most powerful and overlooked tools you have to do that. Now let's take everything we've talked about and bring it into your daily life in a way that's realistic, gentle, and actually enjoyable. You don't have to be a master chef. You don't need to follow some rigid eating plan or spend hours in the kitchen. This is about making energy-friendly foods part of your rhythm, part of your normal, everyday choices. For example, you might start your day with a bowl of warm oats, topped with banana slices and a sprinkle of walnuts. That right there? That's a full meal with complex carbs, healthy fats, fiber, potassium, and protein, all working together to keep your energy steady for hours. Then later, maybe a mid-morning snack of a hard-boiled egg and a few spinach leaves rolled in a slice of turkey breast. It's simple, quick, and gives your body a clean boost of iron, B12, and protein, without the crash that comes from sugary snacks. In the afternoon, instead of that extra cup of coffee, what about a small piece of dark chocolate with a handful of almonds? Maybe take it outside, sit in the sun, let yourself actually enjoy it. That little break, it's not just a snack, it's fuel for your brain, your mood, and your sense of calm. And dinner? Keep it simple. Roast a few sweet potatoes, steam some greens, grill a piece of salmon or chicken, and you've got a balanced, energizing meal without needing anything fancy. The key is balance. Carbs for fuel, protein for strength, and healthy fats for brain power. What's amazing is how fast your body begins to respond when you give it the right support. You might notice you're waking up earlier, without an alarm, that your afternoon fog starts lifting, that you feel less irritable, less sluggish, more yourself. That sense of heaviness starts to lift, not just physically but emotionally too. And it's not just about food, it's about the message you send yourself when you start nourishing your body intentionally. You're saying, I still matter. My energy still matters. My life is still worth showing up for, fully, joyfully, and alert. Because energy isn't just about being able to move more. It's about being able to live more, to laugh without feeling drained, to walk without dreading every step, to sit down at the end of the day and feel satisfied, not exhausted. And let's be honest, there's something incredibly empowering about taking your energy into your own hands, about knowing that you don't need to wait on some magic cure or new supplement. You can start today, right now, with one banana, one bowl of oats, one decision to support your body with what it actually needs. So here's what I want to leave you with. You have more power than you think. Tiredness after 60 doesn't have to be permanent. It doesn't have to be the price you pay for getting older. With the right foods, a little intention, and a bit of consistency, you can feel energized, focused, and ready to enjoy this next chapter of life. Not just survive it, but truly live it. If this video gave you a new idea, or even just reminded you of something you already knew deep down, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and let me know what food you're going to start adding to your day. Share your favorite energizing meal. Your voice matters, and someone else might read it and feel inspired to take that first small step too. And if this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people discover the channel and join this growing community of strong, smart, empowered people just like you. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. We've got plenty more videos on health, energy, and feeling your best no matter your age. You are not too old to feel good. You are not too tired to begin again. Your body still wants to work with you. It just needs the right fuel. Here's to more energy, more joy, and more life in every single day.